YouTube, not of Team FTNatsu, back for another deck profile. So I'm link to the silver deck I've been playing in the past few vids, and just kind of just on my own on area normally. So this deck's actually pretty fun. It's probably no, it's not true. Harry is easily better, but this deck's still pretty fun. So for our starting Vanguard, we run Silver Thorn Beast Hammer Emil. This one right over here. You put it in Soul, check top 5. Put a grade 3, 2, and 1 Silver Thorn from there into your Soul, and then shuffle your deck. This card's really, really good. It's a -1, but I don't like to use effect. It's a -1, but you do set up your Soul, and also if you actually hit all 3 grades, you do remove 3 non-triggers from your deck. So if you can abuse this card a lot, you can just sort of you can filter out cards that aren't triggers in your deck, which is really nice. Then I'm running 4 heal, 8 crit, 4 stand. You can run 12 crit too. I just how do I put this? We have a special counterblast in this deck, so I don't like and I already run the G perfect guard to unflip. So I prefer having I prefer that card and my perfect guard and my a trigger being the damage zone, and then that limits my options a little more. So I don't have the extra option. And you run most of your grade 2s do benefit from standing, so it's not even that subpar like that. It's not even like that bad. The only one of note is this one, Dixie. Dixie is incredibly strong. Oh my gosh. So her skill is put it on top of your deck. If you have a Vanguard with Lugia in its name, which basically you're grade 3 essentially, because we only run Lugia grade 3s, you can get a Silver Thorn from your Soul and call it a Vanguard Circle, and then shuffle your deck. So it's too useful. It procs out whatever you need to proc out from the Soul. It's too good not to run. For grade 1s, we run 3 Ana. Ana, her skill is when an attack hits the Vanguard during the turn she boosted, you can counterblast 1, choose a card with Silver Thorn in its card name, call it to your guard circle, and then put it at the end of the turn, put it back in your Soul. You Magi it essentially. This card's really good. It just creates a lot of on-hit pressure for your for any line. It makes it a more dangerous line. So it's too useful. Then I run 4 Irina. There's a newer kind of ish version that came out in the recent sets where you but anyway, I'll go over what Irina does. Irina, when she's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you check the top 2 and you Silver Thorn. Yeah, basically, whenever essentially she's read in our call, since everything aside from the only non-Silver Thorn is the perfect card. You check your top 2. You put one Silver Thorn from among those 2 cards in your Soul, and then you put the rest at the bottom. So she just kind of lets you filter out, non-triggers. You have your starter to shuffle your deck, so they're not stuck at the bottom. I mean, if you technically you can abuse it that you can stack, that you can just Misaki your deck, but it's not something you should probably be attempting to do. But I mean, it's totally doable. I did it once. I just straight up did it. I Misaki the entire deck. It was a very long game though. I just prefer her because she lets you she just lets you selectively soul charge. I mean, there is you can create 10k lines with the other card, but you actually have to make sure you hit a Silver Thorn, and it's not 100% guaranteed, as opposed to Arena, which is. And also, sometimes the card you want to soul charge at the top of your deck is a trigger. You don't want to soul charge your triggers. That's not a good idea, usually. That's not very optimal. And then I run 4 Zelma. Zelma, she's purple trapeze, essentially. You put a Silver Thorn, you put a Silver Thorn in, and then you pull something out. But you can't pull out a Zelma from your Soul. Like, you can't do that, which really, really sucks. But, oh well, I mean, you still have a lot of shenanigans. Ideally, she's your Ana target, so you can set up your stronger column. And then 4 Perfect RGs, we counterblast quite a bit in this deck, so we need the unflips. For grade 2s, we're running 4 Marichika. We're running 3 Marichika, my bad. We're running 3 Marichika. Get at me. Her skill is on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, so it's your ideal grade 2 ride. When her attack hits the Vanguard, counterblast 1, choose a card for Silver Thorn in its name from your Soul, call it to Rearguard Circle, and at the end of the turn, you put it back in your Soul. It's so strong. If you can ride this is like your ideal ride. This is like, if you ride this, you can just grade 2 game your opponent, And if they can't do too much. I mean, your Vanguard is it's too good. It's so good. Oh my, I can't emphasize how good Marichuka is. Then we run 3 up. Actually, we'll cover this next. We run 4 Clemens. Clemens it's so good. It's even better than Marichuka. It's an 11k attack for Lugia, so basically, if you're grade 3, it's an 11k attacker. And then when it hits, for free, like this is, you don't have to pay Counter Blast, Soul Blast, none of that. You just put it in Soul, and then you grab any card in your Soul. It doesn't even Silver Thorn. So you can try some weird shenanigans with this. You can grab any card in your Soul and call it to your guard circle. It's except for a copy of himself. It's too good not to max out on. He is the Alice of the deck. If you stand something, this is the card you want to stand. I mean, you can stand Marichuka, and that's not bad too. But oh my gosh, like Clemens is too good. And then we're in 3 Upright Lion. Upright Lion, when another unit with Silverthorn in its card name is placed on your guard circle from the Soul, it gains 3k power. So you can combo it with other things, with like multiple cards calling from the Soul, and it can sack up power, especially because if you call, I don't know how to put this. If you call 2 Silver Upright Lions at the same time, like if you call multiple units at the same time, it counts those units. It counts all those other units. It doesn't count itself, but it counts the other things. So you can do some interesting things with it. Then for grade 3, is running 3 Silver Thorn Dragon Empress Venus Lugia. This is the special counterblast unit. It's Limbrick 4, a special counterblast 2, Soul Charge 2. Choose up to 5 Pale Moon cards with the sum of their grades being 6 or less from your Soul and call them to separate your guard circles, and it's a once per turn. So ideally, what you want to do is if you have an empty field, you use the effect. You usually want to call 2 grade 2s, 2 grade 1s, and then you want to call out your starter because it's a grade 0, so it doesn't count. So it's like, even though the starter's effect is -1, you got it for free anyway, so who cares? That's ideally how you want to use the effect. You want to call, like, for example, 2 Upright Lions, 2 Zelmas, and the starter. So then you can so what you can do after that is you can use the Zelma skill. The Upright Lions gain 12k power because you called 4 units. Then you can use the Zelma skills, put the starter in, pull it out, put it in, and then pull it out again. So you would have called a total of 6 other units. So the Upright Line becomes 27k base on its own. And not 27k base, but 27k on its own. So it becomes really, really strong. And then it's a Crossride, which, oh my gosh, that helps so much. Especially because how do I put this? The unit it's a cross-ride of is a Silverthorn, so you can skip cross-riding altogether with Arena and with I can't remember her name for the life of me, but you can with the starter you can just skip the cross-riding altogether. Then we run 3 regular Lugia. I just run 3 because you want the cross-ride defense. It's very, very useful. I can't emphasize how useful it is. Cross-riding defense, too useful not to have, and I mean the effect is still it's still usable. I mean, mainly most of your counterblast does come from your Vanguard. I mean, if you have to, you can use it. It's not bad. So yeah, definitely a good unit. We're on 3 just to try and get it into the Soul as quickly as possible. And then last we're on 2 Lugia Reverse. Lugia Reverse is still pretty decent. Counterblast 1, choose a Pokemon in your guard and lock it. And then you choose another Pokemon from your Soul, call it to your guard circle, and that unit gets 5,000 power. You can use multiple times in a turn, so you can turn 1 unit into 5 units if you really need to. Although usually I would just, turn a back row unit into a front row and then turn that front row into another front row for an extra 10k shield. But it's still pretty good. And then, I mean, once again, crossfight defense. It's too good. And then for our strides, we run 3 Mystique Lugia. Her skill is choose 2 rear guards and put them in Soul. If you have a heart with Lugia, which you always will, because we only run Lugia grade 3s, Soul Charge 2, and then choose up to 2 cards with Silverthorn in the same from your Soul and call them to type rear guard circles. You can use just like fix your field, get free, free stuff, whatever. You can also use the power of Upright Lion by either 3k or 6k, 15k attacker. It's 22k line without boost, or you can have a 12k on its own attacker. Not bad. They're in 4 Lunatic Dragon. Lunatic Dragon. You don't use the effect that much, but I mean it's still not terrible. Its skill is Persona Flip. Until the end of the turn, it gets a skill. When a regard is put on, when a card is put on your regard circle from your soul, that unit gets 2k power, and then it gets Gem Break 3. It has an extra critical, which I mean it can be helpful sometimes. I mean you can push. You know, if your opponent's at 3 damage, they have to guard the Vanguard now because you know it's crit for game. And then we run one Dragon Masquerade Hari. His skill is Gem Break 3, Counterblast 2, choose one of your guards, put it in Soul. When you attack the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 3 cards from your Soul, compensate your guard circles, and if you have 5 or more rear guards after that, your opponent chooses 2 of his or her rear guards, puts them into the Soul, and then at the end of the turn, the units you call from the effect go back into the Soul. He's mainly as a finisher. You can get extra attacks off with him, so you can, you know, restand your Clemens, restand your Anna and Marichika line. It's pretty useful. It's a nice finisher. Mainly you're going to be going to Lugia, but I mean, like I said, Hari, it can come in handy every now and then. So yeah, that's the deck. It's okay. I mean, the Hari build is probably the better build because you can go plus more. But this build is still pretty fun. I mean, you do have crossfire defense, which is very, very nice. So yeah, anyway, this has been Natsu, Sasuke with Team Fairy Tail, signing